Hello, colleges 9 and 10, new incoming students, frosh or transfer. Hi, my name is Christian Galigas. I'm the reservations and events assistant here at colleges 9 and 10, and I'm here to host a conversation between actual student leaders to talk about student engagement. So with me today, I have three, are these three. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Masuma. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a third year at UCSC, and I am a faculty initiatives assistant for the COCO, which is the co-curricular programs office at college, or for College 9.
I'm Annika. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a third year, but graduating summer 2021, so a year early. And I am the College 10 Faculty Initiative Assistant, FIA, for the Co-Curricular Programs Office.
I'm Sean. I use he and his pronouns. I'm a third year as well, and I'm currently a programs assistant or a PA for the activities office at colleges 9 and 10.
Great. So we have these student leaders. These three here are very much involved at the programming level here, and I wanted to hold this conversation because you're coming into the university and you might not know sort of what to do outside of classes and stuff, especially in this new virtual space. So that's why we're holding this conversation, to kind of introduce and give you opportunities that you might be interested in. So this is a conversation about student engagement, and by engagement we mean doing more than just classes, getting involved in initiatives set by students to do stuff for the community, stuff for UCSC, stuff for Santa Cruz. And so who better to talk about that than actual student leaders? It's very important to do this because studies have shown that if you are engaged outside of the classroom, you are more likely to have a higher GPA, be more on top of your work, have more time to do stuff that you want to do. So with that, I want to open up the conversation to Masuma, Annika, and Sean and talk about how you three got involved here at colleges 9 and 10.
I can start us off. So I'll do a little story time. I was walking from my dorm in College 9 with my roommate, and then we saw a little like sandwich board that had this event on it. It was advertising the Practical Activism Conference, which I'm a co-lead for this year, so you guys should definitely attend. It's in February, but anyways, yeah, and then I joined the class with her. It was super fun. We spent the whole year like planning the conference. It's where I also met Sean and Annika. And yeah, and then I got to know about the COCO. I'd already known about the COCO because of my family friend worked there too, but yeah, I've just always admired what they do. And so I decided to apply and I got in, and yeah, that's how I started doing this.
Yeah, so I got involved my first year just out of like sheer curiosity. I joined a club called Praxis, which is the College 9 and 10 like service learning / volunteer intro group for students. And from there, I kept on meeting people, and I got to my position now.
There were like steps in between that,
Yeah,
though, right?
there were definitely steps, but yeah, I just kept on taking every opportunity that I had, and then it turned out all right.
Yeah, I, like Masuma, found out about the COCO because of advertising and outreach. I saw an email about Multicultural Community Weekend when I was feeling lonely and sad, and I decided to join with my friend Anna, who was also from College 10, and I made such strong friendships from then. I learned so much. So I then joined PAC, which is the Practical Activism Conference, and then I ended up applying for a position for the co-curricular programs office my second year, and I created programs, and I've loved it ever since.
Well, thank you. Annika, you mentioned the Multicultural Community Weekend, and that is to clarify for those of you who might not know, which I hope are or most of you, it's a retreat, a getaway that is limited to people who sign up. And during this retreat, you go and explore different themes and ideas related to the themes of College 9 and 10. So that's MCW, Multicultural Community Weekend. College 9 has something similar, the Intercultural Community Weekend, where you do similar things, but more closer to the themes of College 9. Right? Thumbs up?
Yes.
Cool. I get that right? Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure. So we know how you got involved in kind of like your first initial steps, but what are you doing now?
Okay, so essentially what the COCO does is we put on programs surrounding the themes of College 9 and 10, and I'll just shout out something Annika and I are doing, which is going to be pretty soon after you guys see this. We're going to go on Instagram Live, either on the UCSC 9_10 Instagram or the COCO Instagram. I don't know which one yet. But yeah, we're just going to talk more about programming and what we do. So you guys should definitely join that. Yeah, and I'll let Annika take describing in general what we're doing.
Yeah, so we're planning a bunch of programs right now for the year. It's still the summertime, so we're still planning. Planning takes lots of weeks and lots of time. But some programs you can look forward to include voting registration programs and how to get involved with that, whether that's through practical activism such as actually sending postcards to people or educating yourselves and your family members. Another thing that we are looking forward to hosting are self-care and community care workshops, where it's just something to do and get away from Zoom for a bit. In terms of the educational side, we're going to be hosting painting sessions and yoga classes just to boost your overall well-being. And there's also going to be other programs surrounding other social justice topics, such as environmental justice and recycling and other things like that.
Yeah, so coming out of the activities office, we actually have a number of different events planned and in the works for all you new students, Frosh and transfer, of course. Some of those that come to mind right now are there's an upcoming bullet journal live stream that's going to be happening soon. It should be somewhere on a calendar.
Monday night at 6:30 p.m.
What Christian said. There are also a few more activities that you'll have to check your calendar as well for. For some of those, one of those programs / events you might recognize my face from, depending on when you watch this video, or if you haven't seen that video yet. But given that everything going forward, at least for this school year, is going to be digital, we're going to be planning a whole bunch of new digital type virtual events for us to get to know each other a little bit better.
Also, I just want to mention that social media right now is super important if you want to stay involved and learn about programs, because we don't know all of them right now. We don't know all of the dates. And you can also join our newsletter if you just email coco@ucsc.edu.
Great. Yeah, and we all of the stuff that we mentioned, sort of where you can follow, will be provided in the description below, hopefully. But yeah, so this year is kind of different. This year is got a lot of change compared to typical years. It's going to be very difficult. So, and yeah, it's going to be very difficult, and not everyone is kind of up to the task. So why do you three do what you do? Why have you signed up to be student leaders?
Personally, I've joined because I want to build that community and build a sense of what leadership means. So I've developed a number of skills throughout this, whether that's through learning things on the computer or learning how to communicate better. I've also learned about how to further my development and interest in social justice, because there are so many topics that I can talk about for days, and I am learning how to talk about them and where to about them and who to talk about them with, and I'm really enjoying that. So it also fulfills my sense of belonging and also community.
Yeah, for me, so when I was in high school, I was like a total leadership kid. I would be doing a lot of event planning, so I've always been drawn to that. Yeah, and when I came into college, I was a neuroscience major, and the classes were kind of like there would be the same exact people in all three of my classes, so like chem, math, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it got very redundant and very boring very quickly for me. So joining these different types of activities and programs and whatever spaces really helps me meet people. And then also, yeah, more of what Annika said, it helped me build a lot of skills and foster a lot of skills like public speaking and, you know, just time management in general and like how to work with people and all different types of people. So yeah.
Yeah, so when I first like came to college here, my idea was that I was gonna do my classes and finish my major as soon as possible, because my first major was impacted, like pretty impacted, and then they were like, oh, you got to finish this class, you have to pass all these classes without failing like a single one, otherwise you're gonna be behind. And then I realized, wait, it didn't take me long to realize, wait, that's like not fun. That's not the college experience that I wanted. So I started getting involved, and then I realized that through these programs that we're now planning and making, we're like bridging, you know, community. We're building community between people who may or may not have like, you know, met each other otherwise. And I just think it's really cool to see those interactions play out between like different people from different walks of life and whatnot.
So whether it's you know, professional development for your own personal you know, forwarding your own personal advancement, or serving the community at a whole, there's something that you all find out of student leadership. And while that's great and everything, we also recognize that it's not easy. So I'm curious, what is something that is difficult about student leadership? And you can be honest here.
Yeah. Like being completely honest, it's hard. Like it can be a challenge to find time to balance, you know, school life, work life, and also like your own personal life. Because at least for me, sometimes I'll just go into a mode where I just lose track of time, and say I end up writing a paper and spending way too long on a single sit down or something. So for me, it's definitely like finding that balance of sanity outside of school and work.
Yeah, I definitely feel like transitioning from wherever you are, like if it's high school to now, or if you're just in general moving out of your, like, you're moving out on your own, it's definitely hard to navigate like this newfound like freedom. And then you have like all these different parts of your life that you want to like experience. So it's like, I don't know, you have your school stuff, your friends, you have to remember to call your mom, like you have a date on Friday, like you have all this stuff to do. So definitely it gets very emotionally and mentally taxing, trying to give your 100% to each part. But yeah, as you take on more things, I feel like you get better at navigating that and planning. So like my Google Calendar is like my baby now and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I agree with Sean Masuma in that it can be overwhelming at times. I think time management is super important. I use my planner and Google Calendar all the time. And I also think that it can be hard to say no to opportunities. I love taking up so much on my plate, a little too much sometimes, but I've learned to say no. And I've learned to say, hey, I need time for myself, and here's what I can handle and give my best. And I always want to give my best whatever I do. So if I can't do that at times, I can say no, and that's okay.
Wonderful. Thank you for being honest and sharing that. But while it's difficult, you're still here. So I ask you just yes or no, is it worth it?
Definitely. Yeah.
Sean, I saw you think and
100%.
wait a bit
Yeah.
for that.
No, 100%. Definitely. Definitely.
Great. So on top of all the soft skills that you learn, all on top of all of the connections that you make, there are some other benefits to being involved in as a student leader here at colleges 9 and 10. One of which is the leadership certificate. Annika, do you want to talk about that a little bit? You're the one that's probably the closest here to getting that filled out.
Yeah, so it's a series that you can do, and it's online on our website. But each quarter, if you join something new, you can eventually get this leadership certificate as you graduate, and it's just an extra thing to have. And I even think they're developing it into something to put on your transcript, which would be awesome for future job opportunities or grad school. I think it's a great way to show that all that hard work that you're putting in and everything that you're doing as a student, it's a great way to recognize you.
Well, great. Thank you so much for that, Annika. Well, I want to start wrapping up the conversation here. This wasn't meant to be super long. This is just supposed to be a very quick primer and introduction to what we have offered here at College of 9 and 10 outside of the classroom. So to wrap things up, Masuma, Annika, Sean, do you have any sort of last minute 2 cents thing that if there's nothing else you want them to take away?
Yes, my number one piece of advice would be to try everything. Even if you think you won't like it, you should just go see who you meet. You know, it's something to do. So yeah, definitely try everything. That's it. That's my piece of advice.
Yeah, I agree. Try everything. Push yourself to get out of your comfort zone. It might seem scary to join a Zoom call in which you don't know the people. It's scary. I totally get that. It can be awkward, but it'll be worth it. And I feel like you will make a community. And if you are too scared, don't feel scared to reach out at least or email one of us. And we are students like you. And college can be overwhelming, but this can be an escape. And this can be a way to really integrate your own personal identity into your curriculum that you're learning as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna like echo everything that Masuma and Annika just said. Put yourself out there if you can, if you're comfortable. Just try new stuff. If you're curious, even just like the slightest bit, just go for it. And like my piece of advice would be to, don't be a stranger. It's Zoom times, it's awkward. We're all feeling that awkwardness, So just don't be a stranger.
Great. And just to sort of cap off what all three of you sort of said and alluded to, yeah, get involved. You don't have to have very much skill or fluency in what the stuff that we're talking about. The way we've designed things here at Colleges 9 and 10 is that it's scaffolded, meaning you can enter in. There's something for everyone at different levels of fluency, whether if this is the first time you are engaging with ideas of social justice and community or international and global perspectives. We try to make everything sort of a safe space so that, if you are unsure and you're curious but you're a little shy, we want that space to be welcoming to you. You can also contact yes, student leaders. You also have your RAs, you also have your college guides, and RAs and college guides, also students, student leaders. So if there's anything to take away, please take away the things that these three have just said. And we really hope that you decide to join us, to join this student engagement, if not here at Colleges 9 and 10, maybe at UCSC or just all the community of Santa Cruz as a whole. But with that, we're going to keep this short, cut it off. Just for a sign off, my name is Christian. Again, the reservations and events assistant here at Colleges 9 and 10. Thank you for watching. Masuma, Annika, Sean, go ahead and reintroduce yourselves, and so we can end this video and let everyone go on their merry ways.
Again, I'm Masuma. I work at the Cocoa. I'm an FIA for College of Nine. It was very nice virtually talking with you guys, with you all.
I'm Annika, use she, her pronouns, also an FIA for the Co-Curricular Programs Office, and there are many opportunities for you to join the colleges and experience a whole lot of things such as classes and activities.
And I'm Sean. I am a programs assistant with the activities office, and get out there, try something.
There should be a lot of events on your there should be a lot of events on your calendar. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you and goodbye.